Today we're looking at a most interesting set of items in the collection. 4 pieces of jewellery made by Gusha first and her friends while working as slave labourers in munition factories during the war. So first a bit about Gusha. She was born Gusha Honigman in 1926 in a town called Mieszkał, Poland, which is near Częstochowa. And she was the youngest of 7 children. Her father, Chaim Israel, died when she was young. When she was just 13, the Nazis invaded Poland and she was immediately kicked out of her school. In March 1941, aged just 14 and a half, Gusha was taken away by the Nazis along with other young women to work as a slave labourer in a munitions factory in Sosnowiec. She later was sent to other camps, Klettendorf, Blechhammer and Peterswaldo. Gusha and these other women were forced to work in the munitions factories, but secretly while they were working there they used metal offcuts to make pieces of jewellery for each other. One of the items was made for Gusha by her good friend Marisha Rosenzweig on her birthday. It has her initials GH etched into it. In the camp system, prisoners lost their identity and were known by numbers. Marisha's gift reminded Gusha that she was a person with a name and with friends who loved her. Another piece Gusha made herself is a brooch that she made for her cousin who she met while she was in Peterswaldo. When she made it, she thought death was approaching. So the brooch features a miniature album as well as some good luck symbols. Among the inscriptions on this album, it's actually inscribed with the words Peterswaldo, 28th of the 3rd, 1945, to beloved cousin, for remembrance forever, and remember your cousin Gusha. Also has the number 26603, the number by which Gusha was known in the camp. When I look at these crude pieces of jewellery, I wonder why. Why would they risk getting caught and risk punishment to make jewellery? Brooches are not needed for survival, or are they? How important is it to keep your spirits up, to boost the morale of a friend? A handmade piece of jewellery could not save a life, but it could save one's sense of self. It's also interesting to note that there are horseshoes on many of the brooches. Perhaps they realised the need for luck to survive. And in Gusha's case, well, she did survive, unlike the rest of her family. Her father had died before the war, but her mother and 6 older siblings, Paula, Shlomo, Revke, Motek, Reisel and Jacob, and their families, all died during the war. Most tragic, I think, was the case of her brother, Jacob, who actually survived the war, but died a few days after liberation in May 1945. So all she had left at the end of the war was a few family photos and some pieces of jewellery. Looking at these items makes us consider how powerful is it in a situation of extreme deprivation and incarceration to risk one's life to restore one's dignity.